This is the 2025 BMW X5. Is it a great luxury two-row SUV option? Hey everybody, it's Tom from Vehicle Visionary. I hope you're having a great day. This is a requested video, and I think this is the exact model that one of you requested. I forgot who it was. This has been a couple of weeks before I could get back over here to Orr BMW and tell you about this X5. If you come into Orr BMW here in Shreveport, Louisiana, make sure you ask for Emily Scott. She's going to take great care of you. There is a link down in the description of the video if you want to know more. Let's take a look at what you can expect to find if this is something you want to buy. Full LED lighting will be everywhere on the vehicle, front and rear, so you're not going to have any trouble seeing anything after dark. We will find the active air curtains right here, very large, allowing air to flow through the front end, helping you out with those aerodynamics. And for those of you who are saying, you know what, I don't want a ton of gloss black. Well, you have a combination in a few different areas here of gloss black with your grille setup, but the surround is going to be a matte black finish. So something that might make a lot of people happy, depending on what your preference is. Obviously, X-Drive all-wheel drive is going to be here. That makes this a very versatile vehicle in a multitude of ways. And for those who are curious about tire and wheel size, here's what we have on the front end, 275 on your width, a 40 series sidewall wrapped around 20-inch wheels. You will find the red brake calipers. That's going to make a real nice statement. It just looks right for a vehicle that is capable of a lot of performance. And right here, you can actually see the tire size on this model a little bit easier. 315 on your width, a 35 series sidewall. And for anyone who doubts, yes, the rims are 21 inches, and again, we'll find those red brake calipers here on the rear. And you'll find dynamic stability control, and at all four corners, the ventilated disc brakes. And you can see those power folding side view mirrors in action. It was almost as if that was on cue. I did not do that myself with the remote. Here is the remote, by the way. You do have a remote start right here. Locking and unlocking the vehicle done there too. Also your panic button, you can open and close your power tailgate and unlock the vehicle right here. There is the look around the remote so you can see what that looks like. Now let's go back to the side view mirrors here because there is a lot to talk about. You've got your cameras built in. You can see that right down here. They're also going to have body colored mirror caps. They're power adjustable. You already know they're power folding. They are also heated. And your blind spot monitoring is right there, going to be on both mirrors, obviously. Roof rails up top. And we'll take a look at it in just a little bit in a little more detail, give you a better view of it. But there is also going to be the panoramic sunroof. Nothing unusual for BMW, but it is here, so you might as well hear about that. X-Drive 40i, in case you were wondering. And obviously the X5 logo here. We'll even find the exhaust outlets right here. Now, I think that works pretty well as far as this goes. It's nice to see that they're not faux exhaust or anything like that we're seeing on a lot more vehicles in this day and age. What exactly, without a tongue twist, is being exhausted? Well, you might be surprised at how much horsepower this 3-liter 6-cylinder is putting out. Let's talk about that after we open the hood, which, by the way, I really like the fact that with these BMWs, when you come down here, you're going to notice that it says 2 times. 1, 2. We're going to open the hood this way. I just love it when I don't have to go hunting around for a hood release. That's a good thing. And here it is in all its glory. Well, you can't really see as much as I'd like for you to be able to see because we have all this plastic right here. That's just the way it is. It's the 3-liter twin power 6-cylinder. It is an inline 6. It makes 375 horsepower. You will also find the 48-volt mild hybrid system here and an 8-speed automatic transmission. And how about those all-important MPGs? 23 city, 27 highway, 25 combined, and 4 gallons of gas per every 100 miles driven. And one thing you don't often hear about in these car review videos is the gas tank size. You can see that you do not have capless fuel fill. You have the gas cap right here. I know a lot of people prefer that over capless fuel fill. When you fill up, you're filling up a 21.9 gallon gas tank. And there are multiple ways to to open the power tailgate back here. This is a split tailgate, by the way, which means that you can also open this area independent of what I opened first. 6,603 pounds of potential towing capacity and 33.9 up to 72.3 cubic feet of cargo capacity. And there's a couple of different ways you can configure things here. The cargo cover right here, in fact, let me pull that back just so you can see how that works. There's your cargo cover. That is removable so that you can take full advantage of your cargo space. There is a little bit of space underneath the floor, as you can see, actually quite a bit. And you'll also find your X logo right here in case you forget what it is that you're driving. Cargo lighting, cargo area lighting, I like it when it's on both sides like this. And you can see from this vantage point, there's that panoramic sunroof I was telling you about earlier. There is a power shade that can be drawn forward, so on hot days like this, it doesn't get too hot within the interior. The front section does tilt and slide open. And when it comes to closing your split tailgate right here, you can actually just close the bottom area right here, which does double as a seat, so kind of a multitasker right there, or we can just push this button and both will work together to close at the same time. And as far as multiple ways to configure this rear area, well, obviously you can lower one or both sides of these seats if you need to, or if you have passengers back here but you need to use this area as a pass-through, well, there you go. That's how you do that. So nice to have options, that's for sure. A quick look up at the panoramic sunroof from this vantage point and a very nice look into the interior. I like this color combination. It just works. It doesn't need to be all black, at least not in my opinion. And the good thing about the armrest, it is comfortable. I do wish this area was flat. Having your hand up at an angle like that, I don't know, that just seems a little awkward to me. Maybe not. Maybe you get used to it. Maybe it's no big deal. One thing you definitely have here is space within the door bin, also a bottle holder, plenty of room within that area. There is your M logo. We'll find that at all four doors in that area. And let's hop inside and see how comfortable things are, because they definitely are very comfortable back here. Plenty of space for storage as far as the rear seat pockets go. You have your command center here with the air conditioning vents built in. Not only air conditioning vents on the rear of the center console, but also here on the door pillars as well. That's always nice to see. You can control the air conditioning, fan speed, temperature, and you have dual zone climate control here in the rear, dual in the front. So 4 zones of climate control, a little bit of space right there, actually quite a bit to put a cell phone in or whatever it will fit. And there are your connectivity options, a 12-volt power outlet, and a couple of USB ports. And how about a bonus for those of you who made it to this point in the video because you were patient enough to, because you'll find out in the comments section there are people who are asking what the price is and telling me I didn't give the price. Well, you can tell them that they didn't watch enough of the video to find out, because you know that the sticker price on this 2025 BMW X5 is $79,045. I'll give you the $45 if you come in and you talk to Emily and you buy this X5, just to help get you over the hump. All kidding aside, we have a very nice front seat area here. Great materials throughout, by the way. This button right here allows you to fold your power folding side view mirrors, which, by the way, one thing I neglected to mention earlier, we can almost do a full review on these side view mirrors by themselves because there's so much to talk about. On the driver's side, that is an auto dimming side view mirror. Control right here will allow you to manage that power tailgate. You can control everything for your side view mirrors right here, depending on which side you need to control. All of your windows, you can lock the windows. You know what all is here, I think, for the most part where that is concerned. And to kill a misnomer, guess what? That's how you manage the blinkers on this X5. So much for BMWs not coming with blinkers. There must be another reason why they're not used. Yeah, all kidding aside, I'm just having a little fun with you. But kudos to those of you who do use your blinkers. You control your front and rear window wipers right there. That's easy to figure out. Something that I think is very convenient here is the size of the shifter paddles, so you can work your way back and forth through that 8-speed automatic transmission, steering wheel-mounted controls, and a very nice digital instrument cluster. As we move over, you can see that you have built-in navigation, but you can pair your smartphone if you so desire to do so. That makes things nice and easy. And I'm going to tell on myself here. Here is something very interesting that I never thought I would do. While I use the touchscreen functionality of my current vehicle, I didn't peel off the protective layer of plastic right there. It's still on, and I've had the truck for almost a month. Didn't think I was that much like Monk. But for those of you who are like Monk, guess what? You don't have to touch your screen. You can control everything right here. You can use the dial to work your way back and forth through whatever it is you need to. You will push down on that to select. You can also go through a lot of different information here. It's just so easy to use. You almost don't need me to tell you about it, but you can see some of the features here: home, media, map, all that's going to be there. Pretty easy to figure out. And you have multiple driving modes right here. We can go into Eco Pro, and you'll see everything come up on the infotainment screen. Comfort mode, and my favorite is going to be Sport Plus, because that really allows you to take full advantage of the horsepower of this model. By the way, you do have nice ambient lighting throughout. I don't know if the camera's picking it up in this area right here. We'll try and get into a darker atmosphere later on to show that to you. And let me go into reverse here and show you some of the camera views that we have, which there are quite a few. You can look around the vehicle if you want to, depending on where you want to see. That is easy to do, easy to deal with. And obviously you have a few different views you can look at depending on where you need to see, and you can even make some adjustments. Here is your shifter, which we're just going to use the shifter like this. Put your foot on the brake and you just either toggle forward or back depending on what you need to do. You can also just go from reverse and just bump that one time. It goes into neutral all the way back. You go into drive mode right there, or you can do the same thing and go back up to neutral. There's your button for putting it into park. This is how you start the engine right here. A lot going on here. In fact, we even have a little bit more to talk about right here with our cup holders. And you can see my phone right there. It is sitting on the wireless charging pad. In fact, let me do this just so you can see that my phone comes on and starts charging. Kind of hard to see that right there just because of its location, but there it is. Cup holders right here, and our Bombay doors that reveal a reasonable amount of space within the center console. And here is the exterior lighting, including the illuminated grille. We're going to take a quick look at the tail lights right here just so you can see what we have as far as that is concerned. I know it's not completely dark in here, but we're doing the best that we can. And you also have your illuminated door handles. It's going to be on the front and rear doors. I hope that's showing up. You'll also have your lighting here on the side of the vehicle, including the BMW logo. The front and rear area or door sills are also illuminated, and you can see that you have very, very nice lighting within the interior. But something I really like is the ambient lighting here in the front seat, also a little bit in the rear. But here's how easy it is to change that if you want to. Hey BMW, change the ambient lighting to blue.
Okay, I will set the light color to indigo.
Well, at least she knew that it was indigo and not blue. But you can see that that really shows up a lot better than the blue did that I had originally set everything to. But you can also see the illumination for all of the buttons and switches and everything here. And obviously you have your different settings for the infotainment screen, whether it's during the day or at night, if it needs to be darkened or lightened. Okay, we'll get out on the road for a quick test drive, and let me just drop the hammer a little bit here. Wow, nice sound. Even from a 6-cylinder, I must say that actually sounds pretty good. I know there's a lot of people out there that will say, you know, I'd rather have the growl of a V8. Well, obviously you can have that, but you know what? It still doesn't sound too bad with the exhaust that's on this X5. It definitely has a nice sound to it. A very comfortable ride quality, which should come as no surprise to anybody. Great handling characteristics, and the thing that I like here is that you have the ability to really do a lot of things. Whether you live in the South like I do, where we have to deal with heat more often during the year than anything else, or If you're dealing with snow, maybe more often during the year than anything else, well, you have that X-Drive, all-wheel drive that allows you to be able to handle snow and ice and all that kind of stuff. So a lot of versatility here where this X5 is concerned. Obviously very comfortable seating, easy to get up to speed when you need to, past slower moving traffic, or if you need to merge into traffic on the interstate where the speed limit is really high, just whatever the situation is, it's ready for it. And you have plenty of room in the front seat and the back seat. And I'm probably going to surprise some people here by using my blinkers, something they don't see on BMWs a lot around here, maybe anywhere. We know how that joke goes. But easy to deal with. And a couple of things that I didn't mention earlier in the video. I don't think I talked about the head-up display that this model has. I hope you saw it when I was in that darker atmosphere earlier in the video. You also have a power adjustable steering wheel. It's tilt and telescopically adjustable, so that's always nice to know that you can really just set everything up however you want it. Very easy to do, and at the price point of this BMW, that should be the case. Very well rounded. The accelerator is very responsive. You don't have an overly touchy brake pedal, and obviously great handling characteristics. If you live in a really large city, a nice tight turning radius, an easy vehicle to maneuver around, to get around. So if you're dealing with a situation where maybe things are very tight, a lot of traffic, tight parking, well, this is a great vehicle for that. Plus, you have the advantage in those parking lots where parking might be tight with your camera views. You have that overhead view. You can see all around the vehicle and see what's going on as far as what's around you and how close it is. So tell me what you think about the 2025 BMW X5. Is it a great luxury two-row SUV option? Tell me what your thoughts are. What do you prefer as far as how you would spec yours out? I'm always curious to know. I do want to say a special thanks to my friends here at BMW for loaning me this X5 for the day, and a special thanks to each and every one of you for being kind enough to give me the opportunity to give you a vision for your next vehicle. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit the like button. That helps me out a lot. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already. That way you don't miss any future videos. And if you would like to learn about additional vehicles you may wish to consider purchasing, check out the video that's on the screen right now, and I'll see you there.